Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another unboxing video. The series where I unbox my various streetwear, sneaker, and sometimes even jewelry purchases on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing a fun little tie bundle that I picked up from eBay. Yeah, I wanted to not even mainly like unbox this to show you guys on the channel, but actually more to just have like a wider conversation with you on the channel. So my workplace has pushed recently that they would like to see people wearing more professional, more office appropriate attire. And I think it's a very reasonable request. I actually quite enjoy wearing office attire to the office and quite enjoy wearing, I guess, a work uniform in a sense, because I think it really allows me to associate that I am going to work, I have an outfit for work, everything like that. I actually quite enjoy it. Definitely when I was younger, like early 20s, late teenager, definitely not. I would have been just like, man, let me wear a t-shirt and some pants. Let me go get away with that. But now that I've gotten into that, I've really started to enjoy it. I'm looking at like vintage suits, I'm looking at vintage men's dress wear. It's a lot of fun. It's actually really fun. And who would have thought the guy that's super into fashion, who would be super, I guess, progressive when it comes to fashion, would actually be quite conservative. Enjoy that. I don't know, just a thought. And you definitely see over the past 6 to 8 months, more so 6, maybe a little bit less than that, in the overall fashion community, it's definitely been a big promotion to be dressing more conservative and dressing more classy, all that kind of thing. I would say that probably that constant influx of that messaging probably has influenced me in some way, but I wouldn't want you to do it and it not match your personality, or do it and change your personality. I would want you to only, I guess, dress more conservatively or enjoy those more conservative outfits out of pure enjoyment of doing it. That's just my take on that. I mean, I guess a lot of people do it for an image and do it to have this like old money, rich money vibe and things like that. And that's definitely not what I'm going for if I'm thinking of dressing more conservatively. I just enjoy it because it really cements me in actually working, and it does look more professional, I could argue as well. So yeah, I'm going to be unboxing a tie bundle that I bought off eBay. So I really enjoy just wearing very simple outfits to work. White Oxford shirt from Uniqlo, pleated suit pants from Uniqlo, but I did want to add a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of fun to it. So I've been picking up and just acquiring vintage ties from probably men who have retired for decades now, off of eBay, vintage stores. Even my old man. My old man has retired in the past 5 years, and he gave me any ties that I wanted because he's never going to wear them ever again. And it's actually been a lot of fun. I can see where Ralph Lauren started with his roots, getting excited about big ties, because now I'm getting excited about big ties. Like, I really enjoy picking up vintage ties that are excessively large, and it's a lot of fun to wear them because outside of the button-up shirt and the pants, there's not much else really going on besides jewelry, and that's quite quiet of an outfit for me. So I do want to add a bit of spice to it. I want to add some ties that are really fun. So that's what I'm going to be unboxing today. Literally, probably some old man's vintage ties that I picked up in a bundle. It costs like $20 on eBay. I highly recommend doing it if you just want some vintage ties, because people will be selling like 10 ties $20 or 10 ties $10, like very, very cheap on eBay, because they're just getting rid of them, and it's a great place to pick some of them up. So yeah, I wanted to have an overarching conversation with you guys about like the conservative push in fashion, my interest and perspective on that, and why I'm buying this stuff. I just think it looks really nice in workwear, and I am now really enjoying ties, which I never thought I'd ever say. So let's unbox this bundle and have a look at the ties that I picked up for like $20. And I'll add some context too. That's like $20 Australian. So what's that? It's like 12, $14 US. It's nothing too crazy. And I think it's like 8 ties, I think. I can't remember I actually can't remember how many there were. I think there's 8. So there's quite a few that are going to be in here. And honestly, I saw like 2 of them out of the 8 that I really loved, that I said I'd actually pay like $15 for the whole bundle. Well, sorry, for those 2. But to get a whole bundle of them, I'm not going to complain about that. Now, you want to pick up ties that are silk. There's nothing wrong with polyester ones. But I picked up like a polyester tie initially. That was my first ever tie that I bought. And I thought it was fine. I thought it was all well and good. But then I got my father's silk ties. And then I was like, nah, you want the silk ties. I understand now you want the silk ties. Like, yes, if the pattern and design is cool enough, like, sure, go with the polyester one. But if you can get a silk one, that's where it's at. So here's the bag. It's literally just in a Ziploc bag of all the ties. Let's get them all out and I can start showing them to you all. So we've got this first one, this red one here. It's very polyester feeling actually, but I do really like that it's really wide. The length on it though is really short. I'm hoping it's kind of like tucked into itself and it's actually a lot longer, or it's a, no, that is its overall length. I'm gonna have to see if this one actually fits me. If it does fit me, then perfect. If it doesn't, then it's probably gonna be one I have to donate. Hopefully they're not all like this. If they're all actually that length, I'm probably a bit screwed here, and I probably just like gone down and, oh no, okay, cool. There's at least one that I definitely would be able to wear. We'll move into this second one, another polyester one. You can definitely feel it in the material choice. There is the tag on the back of it, which you'll obviously thread most of the tie through. I actually just like the design on this one. It's kind of cool. It's got a like bandana design throughout it with some leaves and some flowers and stuff. It's very dark, but I kind of like it. We'll move on to the next one. Splash of color, a little bit of a stain there. We've got this one here. I like the design at the bottom of this one. This one's kind of cool, with the, you know, patterns shooting off to the sides. This one is, I can't even read the brand name on it actually. Polyester as well though, definitely not soft enough to be silk, but again, the colors and the patterns is mainly what I'm looking for, and it's kind of fun. Again, just want some fun ties to like rotate throughout the day. This one I saw in the photos and looked really weird, and I didn't have a lot of faith in it just from like the get-go. I'm gonna have to figure this one out and see if I actually like it at all. But it's this like textured tie. I don't even know what the material choice is on it. I think this one's probably a bit of a dud because I just don't know what this material choice is. It's got like this really textured design to it. And I think unless I can figure out how to get it uncrinkled and stuff like that, this one's probably a bit of a dud as well. But we'll move into probably my favorite out of all of them. This one was made in Australia. I'll take that. My favorite one was made in Australia. It is polyester fiber. I don't know if it's a blend or anything like that, but it's this one. I don't know, man. Something about this, I just thought this was crazy. It's probably a bit ridiculous. It's probably a bit too much, but something about the colors on it and the shapes, it just really popped for me. Like I really liked this one for it. And it was definitely my favorite out of all of them. But I think, yeah, I don't know. It's the shape, it's the colors, it's so bright and in your face. I like it for it. It's not made out of silk, but what did I pay for it? Like $2 or something like that? Yeah, you know, who's complaining? I thought this one was really cool as well. Very interesting colors to it. Again, got that like bandana pattern to it. Love it. The colors were really intense. It was made in Australia. That's probably a theme. I probably just really like the made in Australia ones. 100% polyester. The brand is Durlon ties, I think. Either way, I just think the colors on this is crazy. It's probably giving more of like a teacher vibe, I guess, with it. But overall, the color, those two were my favorite. The two made in Australia ones were my favorite. I didn't know they were made in Australia, but that's kind of cool. The Australian likes his made in Australia ties. This one, very thin, probably more of a dud again out of the whole collection of them. It is all rayon, so it is a lot lighter, but it is a very thin tie. And honestly, thin ties, there's a point. There's a point where I think it's too thin. If it's single colored and thin, I don't mind it, but I think this is, I don't know if this is necessarily salvageable. We'll leave that one out. The two that I like the most, I'm quite happy with. And then there's this last one, which I think the pattern's kind of cool. It reminds me of kind of like the inside look of like a cinema in a really strange way. I don't know if you guys kind of get what I mean. Like think of an old school theater or cinema. This looks like the lining of the walls inside a cinema. That's where I'm kind of going with that. This one I don't mind. It is polyester fiber, made in Australia. There you go. I just kind of like the color. I like purple. Purple is really cool. I always had a purple bedroom growing up. You've seen that on the channel. Yeah, I didn't mind this one. Out of all the ties though, out of all of them that I just picked out there, which is my favorite? Actually, all the made in Australia ones are probably my favorite. Australia made some really sick ties by the looks of it. These two, definitely my favorite. I really like these. These were the two that I was like, I would spend $15, $7.50 each buying these. These are really cool. The purple one was a plus. The two duds, which you're honestly going to expect buying a bundle, these really thin ones. If they're salvageable, I'll probably donate them. If not, then throw them out. I don't know. It's going to take some work to try and revive these, and I honestly don't know if it's worth it with these. The rest of them, though, they were okay. Like, I didn't mind this one, and the patterns on this one were kind of cool. The red one, I don't know about this one because it's sewn at the top, and then I'll have to see how you kind of tie one that's already been pre-sewn. And I feel like the length is going to be... maybe. I do also just really like how like wide it is, but it's very thin and polyestery and very cheap looking. But the pattern is really nice, which I hate that that's the case, that it feels cheaply made, looks cheaply made, but the pattern's nice. That sucks. But I think all in all, I'm happy to get two that I'm semi-happy with, and then three that I'm quite happy with, for literally like $20 all up. Shipping and all. I definitely will be looking at other tie bundles to pick up some cool ones, but the one that I'm the most happy with is definitely this polyester one here. The patterns on it just go crazy. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you want to talk specifically about like the ties, let me know what your favorite one is. But if you want to talk more broadly about like this big push in 2025 for fashion to be super conservative, I'm really interested in having that conversation as well. I really enjoy the push, but then I hope that there aren't conservative attitudes that come with it, because fashion is definitely a really progressive space. And if you're stuck in the past, you're limiting yourself a lot in that regard, because you could have a lot of fun with a lot of, you know, contemporary designers and upcoming collections and stuff. But I guess that's a whole big conversation alongside of just unboxing some ties, you know. But yeah, if you guys find any ties that are really cool, send them my way. I'll definitely have a look at them. I do want like a bunch of like vintage Ralph Lauren ones. Those would be really cool because the shapes of those vintage ones are fantastic. I haven't seen a lot of the patterns that have really interested me like above and beyond, but the shape of them, very nice. But anything you have to say about the ties or the current state of fashion with that changing to a very conservative outlook, I'd love to chat about it down in that comment section below. But that is all the ties unboxed, guys. I'd love to hear if you have a very formal workplace, if you're expected to dress that way, and how you kind of spice it up. Because for me, it's ties. I think it's a very old school way of doing it, but it's a very like, you know, safe thing to do, a very fun thing to do. you can't really complain about it. But maybe you like to spice it up with really exotic Oxford shirts. I know some lovely Japanese designers that do some awesome ones, and if I had the money, I would probably be buying them as well and then going super conservative with my ties, like single colored ones. I could see that as well. But I'd love to hear how you guys approach it, because maybe I'm overlooking a really fun way to approach men's dress wear. Let me know down in that comment section below. And if you want me to unbox my various pickups on the channel and things like that, I can happily do it. Just let me know by giving me the 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below, and if you haven't already, the best indicator you can give me is to subscribe to the channel. As mentioned in previous uploads, we're trying to hit the subscriber milestone of 3,930 subscribers before the end of March. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, we'll be able to reach that milestone before the end of the month. But that's all I have to say about my tie bundle that I've picked up. Who knows, we might see another one in the future, because they're just really cheap. Like, people are just throwing them away basically because I guess office wear is dead and things like that. But for me, for someone who actually wants to get into office wear, considering it's going to be where I'm going to be for the next couple decades, I want to make it a bit of fun. So I'm willing to do that. But yeah, I don't know if we feel the same way. Let me know. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. And until the next streetwear talk video, until the next drop list video, until the next unboxing video in general, I'll catch you later.